I'm going to be making Gordon Ramsay's Scotch egg recipe from Gordon Ramsay's Great British Pub Food. I've cooked from this a couple times before. I love this cookbook. I think it was only printed in Great Britain, so you'll have to go to Amazon or some other place to get it. I don't think you'll be able to buy it locally, and I think it's been out of print for a while too, but it's well worth it. It has everything from a Lancashire hot pot to various Sunday roasts, all of his recipes, and in my experience, his recipes tend to be like the base recipes, but just a little bit better each time. So go ahead and check this one out. Let's go ahead and dig into this. I think you're going to enjoy this. It's the perfect tailgating food. To begin making our Scotch eggs, we're going to get a pot of water and we're just going to hard boil 8 eggs. So you want to get them all in the pot, and then once it starts boiling, you want them to boil for 8 minutes and then immediately remove them. While these are boiling, go ahead and get a bowl of water with ice in it, because shocking them after they come out of here is how we're going to get the shells to release cleanly. These have been going for 8 minutes, and now I've got my water bath set up there, so we're just going to go ahead and put these into that. And then we're just going to peel these and leave them whole, because we're going to wrap them with some delicious sausage filling that we're about to make. To begin making the sausage coating, which is really more of a coating than a filling, right? We're going to use about 650 grams of just loose ground sausage. This is a local sweet onion sausage to where I live. And we're going to add 4 diced up sage leaves, a handful of Italian parsley, and the chopped zest of 1 whole lemon. Then I've got half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, as well as a full teaspoon of English dry mustard, which is not the same thing as American mustard powder. So this is a bit of a specialty item, but this is what you want. It's a little hotter. Their mustard in general tends to be hotter than yellow mustard here in America. So now we're just going to go ahead and get in there, and we're just going to mix all of this together until all of these ingredients that we've just added get uniformly distributed through the sausage. On a piece of plastic wrap, we're going to take a hunk of our sausage mixture, and we're just going to press it out nice and thin until it makes a disc that should be big enough to envelop the entire egg. Take one of your eggs, put it in the dead center of that sausage, and now we're just going to fold the cling wrap up and around. And now we're going to just twist this and manipulate the sausage so that it forms completely around the egg, and there's no gaps where you can still see the egg at any point. Once you get to this point, you want to set up 3 bowls. If you've deep fried things before, this looks familiar to you. We've got flour, we've got egg, we've got breadcrumb. So you just want to take each one of your eggs and roll it in the flour first. Get a good coating all the way around. Shake off any excess. Now we're going to roll it in the egg mixture. Make sure you get all your sides covered there. And now we're going to roll it in the breadcrumbs. And give it a real good roll. You want a nice crispy outer layer of these. And once you get it adequately covered to your liking, we're just going to repeat this process for each one of the Scotch eggs and then let them rest for a few minutes here on a side plate. If you have a deep fat fryer like I do, you want to set the oil temperature to 300 degrees. You can also just do this in a normal pot with fryer oil. I use canola oil, but there's a few different ones. You can use peanut oil or whatever oil your choice is. Just make sure it has a high enough smoke point. So 300 degrees, and we're going to let these in for just about 4 to 5 minutes, turning occasionally to get them to get nice and brown on both sides. Once the eggs get to this point, see how nice and golden brown those are? We're going to go ahead and pull them out, and we're just going to let them sit there and drain off their oil so they get nice and crispy, and then we'll move them over to another plate. Let's go ahead and cut into these and see how they came out. Look at that. That's beautiful. These are a really good, unique bar food here in the United States. Bring them to a tailgate, share them with your friends. They're delicious. People who say British food is not good, they really haven't looked at pub food, because British pub food is honestly pretty good. So these are dipped in what's called HP sauce, which we had here in my local grocery store in the international food section. You can also just buy it online off of Amazon. It's a very British sauce. Gordon actually lists that in the recipe as what you should serve it with. So go ahead and give these a shot. Happy Scotchtoberfest. Wait a minute. There's no such thing as Scotchtoberfest? You used me, Skinner!